Kaboom!
What's up, guys? SuperCliff here, and thanks for tuning in on today's brand new episode. So, Batman Last Night on Earth, issue number 1, is written by the talented Scott Snyder and is drawn by the one true artist, Greg Capullo. And it's here where our favorite Bat collaborators team up one last time, set to deliver their culmination of the Dark Knight on DC's Black Label. Oh, you may be asking, what's DC's Black Label? Nah, don't worry about it. So, hold on to your butts, because this is going to be a Batman experience unlike any other. Let's do this. So our story begins with Batman driving the Batmobile heading to a crime scene. And this certain case that Batman's working on, well, he's been at it for almost a year now. And what stands out from this case compared to other ones is that the perpetrator has a pretty solid understanding of Batman and who he is and what he represents, because the crime scene happens to be where his parents were murdered in Crime Alley. Oh, and by the way, the whole chalk outline of a dead Batman revolving around the crime scene, that's pretty dope, and that should be in like a movie called Seven. Oh man, sounds like a franchise. Back to the point. Eventually, Batman arrives at the crime scene, and there he sees a lone boy, similar to the same age that Bruce was when his parents were murdered. And here it's revealed that the boy is zombified, then suddenly shoots Batman right in the chest. And as we continue on, we see that some time has passed since Bruce has been shot. And so, Bruce Wayne wakes up in this hospital, all strapped up like an insane patient in Arkham. And here he's being introduced by a doctor who resembles a lot like the Joker. And here he introduces himself as Dr. Redmond Hood. You see that? That's subtle right there. And I'm really weird. Oh, and it's also revealed that this hospital, yeah, it's Arkham Asylum. Therefore, in response, Bruce just freaks out and starts saying, "Get me the hell out of here," like any sane person would. Then, Dr. Redmond Hood brings in Alfred Pennyworth. Yeah, Alfred's alive. And it's here where Alfred's trying to comfort Bruce, saying, "Don't worry, son, all is forgiven." And Bruce is like, "What do you mean all is forgiven?" Alfred responds, "Well, because you killed your parents, sir." And Bruce just freaks out some more, calling out bullshit. And then Alfred pulls the covers and shows Bruce that all these nurses and patients who resemble Batman's rogues galleries are actually just people trying to help him. And essentially, Alfred just says, "You've been dreaming all this in your head because, you're insane." And so Bruce screams some more and he just blacks out because of it. And as we continue on throughout the panels, Bruce is just totally unwilling to accept the fact that this is all in his head. Eventually, we're given a scene where Alfred and Bruce are just sitting down talking, but Batman just can't seem to accept these circumstances. And so he starts questioning the logistics of Alfred's story. Finally, Alfred emotionally has had enough. And in response to Bruce's curiosity, he presents Bruce's Batman suit, which is basically a patient's uniform with a bat cowl. And in response, Bruce says, "I'm gonna need that." Then, in less than 5 minutes, Bruce is just punching dudes left and right, trying to reach the asylum's main office to confront the truth. Because right now, the quote-unquote legitimate truth, it's a bit fishy, wouldn't you say, Alfred? Finally, Bruce gets to the asylum's main office, and there Alfred and the rest of the head staff are waiting for Batman. And just as the guards are ready to take a shot at Batman, Alfred decides to let him be and tells the Arkham staff, "Bruce and I must talk alone." And so they all leave, giving the two their privacy. And it's here where Alfred tells Bruce that what's out there doesn't exist anymore. Gotham's gone. And whereas Bruce sees this as a failure, Alfred sees this as a way out, saying, "Dude, you're finally free. You no longer hold the responsibility in being Batman anymore. So let's just go home and drink tea." And as Alfred continues on begging, Bruce realizes that Alfred is not what he appears to be. Alfred's actually a lot older, and that he was just wearing a camouflage tech mask to cover his actual appearance. So essentially, it hasn't really been days since Bruce has been shot, it's been years. And then Bruce asks the question, "How come you're really, really old and I'm still hot and sexy?" And Alfred answers saying, "I'll tell you, but it will definitely upset you. So please, just one last favor, can we hug it out?" And it's here where the two hug it out, and it's really nice to see. Later on, we see Bruce making his way across the desert in a Mad Max movie scene. Can I just say that the art here, Greg Capullo, you beautiful bastard. So good. Anyways, he comes across a lamppost, which seems to be thudding around making noise on itself. So what does Batman do? He punches it. And inside is the Joker's head, laughing. And then when Batman asks the question, how come you're still alive without a body? Joker says, well, I have no idea. And so Batman and the Joker continue on across the apocalyptic sands. 2 days later, both Batman and the Joker reach Coast City, and there, Mogo, a Green Lantern who dispatches the Green Lantern Corps' rings to new recruits, is shown to be dead. And Joker explains after Mogo died, rings just kept falling from the sky, so everyone decided to pick up rings and use them for their own benefit. Suddenly, giant-sized baby constructs created by the inhabitants wielding the Green Lantern rings start attacking Batman and Joker. And right before the two are squished by the baby constructs, Vixen shows up, takes out the baby constructs, rescuing Batman and Joker. Quickly afterwards, Vixen pulls Batman and Joker into her invisible van. Here we see Poison Ivy, who's behind the wheel, and here Vixen's yelling at Batman saying, don't you know that Omega's scouts are all over this place? What are you doing dressing up like that? And before Joker and Batman can ask what's going on, Poison Ivy knocks Batman out cold. Later, Batman wakes up in a glittering cave, only to be confronted by Supergirl, Poison Ivy, Donna Troy, and Vixen. And it's here where the leader of the bunch, Wonder Woman, who's wearing a Dr. Fate helmet, confronts Bruce. And when Bruce asks the question, Diana, who killed this world? Wonder Woman responds by saying, you did, Bruce. Come, let's chit-chat. And so Wonder Woman destroys his bonds, and the two walk about within the caves. Here, Wonder Woman explains to Bruce, saying that on a Tuesday, Lex Luthor got out in public and started to say that the world is falling apart, resources are gone, and this encourages people all around the world to stand up and rebel. And so the superhero community tries to calm everyone down, but they end up getting killed, and eventually the people even turn against Lex Luthor himself. But that's not even the worst of it, because during all this chaos, a new evil is born, a person who goes by the name of Omega, and in his possession, he holds the anti-life equation. But the reason why it's Bruce's fault is because rumor has it that Omega was one of Bruce's disciples back in Gotham City. Then Wonder Woman responds by saying, it's not our fight anymore. I'm gonna take the survivors down to Hades, where he promised us refuge. And besides, you're not even the real Bruce Wayne, because here it's explained that every generation, a clone of Bruce Wayne is born, which is what Alfred told him back in Arkham Asylum. So in the end, this isn't the real Batman that we all know and love. This is a clone, and that's why he's still young. However, though Wonder Woman has given up and wants to move to a much safer place, Batman refuses to let this pass. And so Batman takes back his actual Batsuit. Both Batman and the Joker continue on, hoping to stop Omega and get to the bottom of this mystery. And that was Batman Last Night on Earth, issue number 1. And I gotta say, this was awesome. Scott Snyder, he just finds new ways to tell stories like they always work. And just, Greg Capullo's art, it's just, it's so good. And man, Greg, he is the definitive artist for Batman. And this mystery, who's Omega? Who's this guy? Who is this girl? Who is it? I have no idea. So yeah, I'm excited. And I gotta say, I'm giving this issue a 10 out of 10. And that wraps up today's video. If you guys like my content, please hit that subscribe button, as well as hit the bell symbol, so that the world of comics is never missed out. Peace, guys.